Watercooler. Watercooler. Watercooler.
Hey, welcome to Watercooler. Thank you so much for joining us. You know how the show goes. I, Chris Locks, want to kick it with my Curl Digital Bud and Matt and Kaylin and Gary. With me today, I'm going to say their location.
Location.
Yeah, location is definitely being revealed. All the way in Orange County, California, we got Gary Smith.
What's up?
Hey, Gary. And then all the way in North Hollywood, California, Mr. Mike Dawson.
I'm going to change my name to Location.
Location, like one word?
Location. Yeah. And it'll be spelled low apostrophe KSH.
You don't need the apostrophe.
Location.
There's no need for the apostrophe in that.
Yeah.
I like it.
Oh, well, maybe it should be Lil Case.
You don't even need the O or the W. You just go L apostrophe case, location, and it's still the same thing.
Okay, well, let's hammer it down because I don't want to do it twice. So
That's already thinking of his, and it's probably low quiche because he loves quiche. All the way in Austin, Texas, it's Matt Fondelier.
Hey, brother. What day of the week was it again? Was it Quiche Wednesdays or Quiche Friday?
Right.
It was Quiche Wednesdays. Yeah. Q-dubs.
Dude, that's Location's first jam, or it's Quiche Wednesday with the stemless glass.
For the uninitiated, when I was first dating my wife, she makes a hell of a quiche, and it was like one of our early dating traditions that on Wednesday she would make a quiche and I would go over there, and I think I lived with Gary at the time, and so we'd be like, hey, what are we all up to? Be like, sorry guys, it's Quiche Wednesday, gotta go. I've lived a charmed life. What can I say?
And then I don't think I've ever had quiche.
Well, you haven't lived.
Can we get you a quiche cookbook for your wedding?
I'm gonna see if it's in my I think you
Only
guys
if
did.
you
I
can
think it's
shorten
over here
it.
somewhere.
Only if you call it a low quiche book. Oh, I added the low. Damn it, I got location on the mind.
See? Location, low quiche, and all the way in Long Beach, California, in Low Beach, it's Kaylin Bean.
What's going on?
Hey, Kaylin.
Hey, Chris.
Hi. All right, good to see you guys. We are fresh off of Thanksgiving weekend. Nice little holiday. I actually just saw Kaylin in person. We hung out a couple days in a row.
Twice, yeah.
Twice. But yeah, of course, I want to hear about all of your holidays. I'm sure Matt's Chez Fondelier today may be related. Or is he just going to eat another basic bee breakfast and claim that it's a Thanksgiving thing?
Right.
We don't know.
That was the funniest thing I'd ever heard. I couldn't stop thinking about that, Matt.
Kaylin brought that up at Thanksgiving.
Really?
Yeah. It's like, hey, man, I just can't stop thinking about Matt, how this big Thanksgiving breakfast, and it was eggs, bacon, and toast.
Yeah.
You know, a wise man once said, you got to keep him guessing.
You certainly do. You
I
certainly
loved
do.
it.
Dawson gave me some soup today. He's like, hey, man, brought you some soup on your table. I go to the table, and it's a frozen brick of turkey. It looks
got melted, dude.
Yeah. Well, he's trying to teach me
It'll turn into a nice soup.
Delayed gratification, patience, and it will all be worth it because this is a different version. What's different about this one, Doss?
Mona D made it.
That's right.
That's Mona Dawson's turkey carcass soup. It's going to be 100 times better than mine.
Straight from the source, the mountain springs of Mona D, making turkey carcass soup. And
if it's anything like her lasagna, you're in for a treat, my friend.
Then I think I will be in for a treat. So yeah, let's hear about it. I mean, I already know what happened to Kaylin, so I'm not interested in what he has to say. But Dawson, how was your Thanksgiving?
My parents rolled into town last Tuesday, and they just left this morning. So that's pretty much a full week with mom and dad in my smallish house.
You got the house ready for him? How long did it take you to get the house ready? Were you nervous to have him over?
No, I started in on the deep clean a week prior. It only took me like 3 days total, but I separated them out. It was easy.
What kind of host are you? What you set them up in a guest room, the couch?
Guest room. They have their own sheets that no one else is ever allowed to use. I set up a TV in there for them.
What kind of treats are in the room?
I don't, you know what? I don't do any treats. However, I got frozen Otis Spunkmeyer cookies from Costco. And so each night I would cook a fresh batch of cookies and give my parents a warm cookie at night. So they were stoked on that. But we just watched a shitload of football, watched movies. They came out to a comedy show on Saturday night. We got burritos from K Rico's. My mom made lasagna, shrimp and pasta, turkey. Oh, she stuffs the bird. It was so good. And then she made burritos.
Someone's slacking.
And then last night we ordered a pizza from Dino's and watched Monday Night Football and ate turkey carcass soup and pizza.
See, that's a lovely, lovely weekend. Now, when you performed for your parents, did you give them the gold? Did you work blue? How filthy did you get? Because I remember you telling me once a joke where you were the word throat effed was in it. So,
Yeah, I did not say that joke.
Okay.
Part of me, most of me just wanted to see if I was forced to, could I do 5 minutes clean? And will it all still work? And I didn't. The closest I got, so I got this joke about my grandfather playing guitar in a mariachi band, and I say, and I know what you're thinking, and you're right, he did it for the pussy. That's as blue as I got. I didn't say fuck once, I didn't say shit once, and I delivered a material, and it totally fucking works. So now I got a nice clean 5.
Ooh.
That was pretty funny.
Thank you. And so yeah, no, I definitely, and like my mom always says, you know, I swearing is not really an issue, but my mom's like, you know, you don't, she's like, you're better than that. She's like, you don't need to swear, so you shouldn't. And so
You told her shut the fuck up, right?
right.
Put that bitch in her fucking place.
Fuck, mom. But yeah, I lost my train of thought. But yeah,
Sorry,
I wanted to show my mom. I wanted to do it for my mom especially. But I also wanted to see if I could do it, and I did it. It was good. So yeah.
So they probably think you're a clean comedian now.
No, I pointed it out afterwards. Me and my dad were drinking a couple beers after the show, and we were all sitting around talking.
Yeah.
And I said to my mom, I said, you notice I got through that without swearing? And she's like, yeah, I did notice. See, I told you.
Well, good on you, man.
Yeah, it was good.
Chris, could you enable screen sharing?
I sure can.
Will you get to me?
This is exciting.
I know, Matt.
I'll do it. It's I guess I don't want to tread on Shay. Matt, would you mind if I talked about food for a quick moment here?
Please do.
You know, Thanksgiving is the time, and Laura Lee changed something up this year. She did something that I had
Not the stuffing.
What?
Not that Laura Lee stuffing.
So it's interesting. The Laura Lee stuffing is in
Classic.
fact what we were talking about, but you will see she put a little twist on it this year. She baked it in one of those pans that's like often used for like a cake.
Like a
Jello
yeah.
It led to the outside being extra crispy, so
That's
you
nice.
can get a slice of stuffing, and it
That's fucking
was
badass.
bomb. I am
Yeah.
such a fan. I actually just texted her. I didn't even think about getting this picture, but you guys started talking about food, and I just texted her and said, "Do you have a picture of it?" And
Did she come up with that idea on her own, or did she?
You know,
I'm
I don't
down
know.
with that.
Maybe she's on. I mean, she is definitely on Instagram, so maybe she's.
That's a whole new level.
I honestly didn't ask,
Yeah,
man.
I
I was so
approve.
impressed. I don't care where you've learned this. You've learned the good thing. This is awesome. I had a nice, healthy slice of stuffing. It was freaking fantastic.
Yeah, I would love to ask for a slice of stuffing, or in Kaylin's case, I would love to have some stovetop stuffing. But still, not one bite, not even a grain.
There was some there for you. I barely even got any, which is a whole nother story. But yeah, it was there. It was there for you.
Yeah, Kaylin was putting it down. He got up and he filled his plate. It was a mountain of food for his second plate, and he threw that down too. And I was like, respect.
What time did you guys eat your Thanksgiving dinners at?
3:30.
Yeah, I don't know.
5.
Yeah, maybe
about 5.
Yeah,
we ate at 6.
See, I'm closer to Gary.
Start the turkey until like 10 a.m. and the button didn't pop until like 5:15.
Gotcha.
So
Yeah, we were told to be at our friend's house at like 3:30, which was great, but just being so fucking full, and then looking at the clock, and it was like 6:15, and I was just like, oh my god, I
do
can't
it again
even
later.
this.
Yeah.
I definitely did save a lot of room, which is why I got those two. They were almost 2 full plates. The first plate wasn't full because, there's a lot of people at this table and the dishes are going around, and I'm noticing pretty quickly, all right, the stovetop stuffing is not one of these dishes. So then it's like, okay, is there stovetop made? I didn't know how much of the, the stuffing, the other stuffing, the stuffing for everybody. I don't know how much stovetopping there is. So how much of this stuffing should I take? And I did take a little bit. I just, shoot away the apples and the raisins or whatever fruit was in there. And I was just thinking about that stovetop the whole time because I was like, I know there's a real good chance it's just in the kitchen, and she just forgot to like bring it out. But I'm not gonna like bring it up and be like, yo, where's the fucking stovetop at? So I got through that
perfect
first
time to bring that up.
I did not want to shout across the table of 30 people, yo, where's my fucking stovetop?
So what happened? Was it not made, or?
I went to the kitchen and there was a full batch of stovetop stuffing sitting there waiting for me. So I just loaded it. When Chris says a full plate, I came back with a full plate. Like 3/4 of that was just stuffing.
Matt, I will also give thanks to you and say that there was one more like new thing to our Thanksgiving that I can credit to you, because I decided 4 or 5 weeks ago, after we had that Daddy Radio Day, they now do those Portos potato balls as a bake at home that you can just have shipped to you.
Yeah.
So I hit up Laura Lee and I said, Thanksgiving appetizers, let's fucking go. And
Air fryer, baby.
them, and they were a hit. Everyone loved them. And by the way,
they're amazing.
The bake at home ones, do yourself a flavor, Matt. Order some of those for yourself if you guys have an event, because they baked up just as good as if you go and get them from Portos. I mean, maybe there's a 10% drop off, but it's not noticeable. It's very, very minor.
I don't know if they deliver to Texas.
They mailed them, so I think they probably do.
So I want to get your guys' opinion on this, because I was thinking about the other day, that especially now that you brought up Laura Lee. So for my birthday one year, she sent me a cherry pie. And this is like the cherry pie of cherry pies.
Very
Imported
nice.
from Michigan, like sent over.
Wow.
We've all had it. It's the best cherry pie you'll ever have.
Absolutely is.
Like,
hands down.
Hands down.
They need to stop with the thing that says Happy B-Day on the fucking pie, because that takes a little bit out of it, but it's the best cherry pie in the world. And they sell out hardcore every Thanksgiving. You have to get in there when they open the orders for Thanksgiving, or you're not getting any cherry pie.
Right. Well, my birthday is in the Thanksgiving season. It's in raisin season. And I remember I got a pie that said happy birthday. And the way they write it is they use extra crust. So the pie is sealed with the crust, and they use extra crust to write happy birthday. So it's like an extra layer. Almost looks like the numbers on a Letterman jacket or something, right? It's just like a little, it pops out a little bit. And so it said happy birthday on it, and it was very sweet. Now, this is a whole pie. This is Thanksgiving season. I've already had our Friendsgiving. I've been eating a ton of pumpkin pie. And I have this whole pie to myself. But at the time, I had a girlfriend who's not my wife. And her dad's mom, her grandmother, just died. And he loves cherry pie. And so we're all going to the celebration of life. And I thought I should bring this pie to this event because he will love it. He loves cherry pie. This is the best cherry pie you'll ever have. The only caveat is it says happy birthday in crust. So I carefully remove all of the letters from this pie, and I bring them this pie that a little bit mangled because it was crust on crust, so I couldn't get a clean rip. And I brought that.
Like this bakery, they're really good, but man, they fuck up the top of the pies every time, man. It's just like the signature thing.
Yeah. And I think about that every once in a while. Like, was that just was that appropriate to bring?
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Especially since you took the time to take all the. I thought you were just gonna take it over with a happy birthday on it, and then just have to explain your way out of that.
I have a little thing called tact.
I guess so. I thought I don't eat pie, so I'm very. I don't know what I'm talking about here, but It sounds like you were
Oh,
just taking off
dude.
pieces of the crust and then just mangling the whole center of it and then
I will
bringing it
say
that way.
this
But
to you, Kalen, and I will say this to every listener who's listening to the sound of my voice right now. None of you have had pie until you've had this particular cherry pie from Michigan. I wish I knew what the brand was. I'd give him a shout out. But
Pie makes everything better. There's nothing that pie makes worse.
yeah.
So
So
solution.
bring a pie.
It's the Grand Traverse Pie Company.
That's
and
right.
It's
Traverse City.
yeah, Grand Traverse Pie Company. Check it out. They're freaking fantastic.
Yeah.
It's very easily Googleable.
Yeah. Dawson, did you watch the Lions game on Thanksgiving?
Fuck yeah, I did, dude. Oh my god.
How about that Jack Harlow
Oh
halftime
my
show? Huh?
That show
That was pretty
God.
fucking
sweet.
sucked. That
I
show
liked
was
all the special
awful.
effects.
Dude,
Yeah,
that
no,
The
show.
set
halftime show
design.
was-
Hey,
Design.
hey guys, what was up with his hype man who just
Yeah.
bailed 30 seconds in and went back into the igloo and just
I will
stood
say
there?
everybody.
I
was
didn't really
watching
watch it. I
was
overheard
confused.
some of it. I caught glimpses, but I watched Dolly.
Yeah,
Dolly
and
was
then
the
it's
first
followed up by
halftime
Dolly,
show
which
I
is
have
that's
seen
a show.
in forever.
That's a fucking halftime
The
show.
Dolly
Yeah.
show was easily 15 to 20 times better than the Jack Harlow show. The Jack Harlow show was confusing.
That was
Yeah, I
was
didn't
weird.
fucking watch it.
And like, yeah, that guy who was behind him. At the,
I know it
when they
sounded
both came out of the
awful.
igloo.
And by
then
the
he
way,
just retreated back into the igloo.
how
Like,
are you going to
come
have
on,
a
dude.
white rapper in Detroit and it's not Eminem? What are we doing?
That's right.
Yeah.
Wait, did
I'll tell
the,
you,
did
I
the
did.
second
Yeah, a
guy-
Lions game. They probably asked
But
him.
the
that. He's
way
probably like, no.
the way the Lions were able to lose that game and keep tradition of a Lions loss on Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
I mean,
Chargers.
it's a very important tradition.
It was Chargers
and,
esque.
it was.
I'm glad I got to witness that.
Did the
And then-
second guy go back into the igloo?
Yes, he did. He went back into the igloo after about 30 seconds, and there's clearly no way out of
There's
that
no.
igloo. So
Yeah,
he was just
sat the-
standing
he was
there like,
hanging there.
that was
Like, all right, well, I
bizarre.
did my thing. I did my. That must be weird. Just hanging out. I was out there. Now I'm back here and I have to wait the rest of this show because I can't. There's no back door. And then
There's maybe a drop in the stage.
Like in SpongeBob.
There
It
was
just
no
drops
stage.
down the middle.
it was right on the field, wasn't it?
Oh,
Yes,
I
it was
didn't.
on-
I didn't see
It was
it.
right on
so-
the tarp.
It was maybe raised 2 feet, but there was
Oh.
no dropping through. No, that guy stood in that igloo for the next fucking 7 minutes. Like,
Well, speaking of halftime shows, I do love how into the Creed halftime show at the Cowboys game like many years ago everybody's been into lately. That really is a spectacle. And
Dude, Creed
watch
is going
that
to
so many
fucking
times.
tour again, and I am fucking going. I like Creed.
yeah,
I like a ton of their songs. Their first single one is a fucking anthem.
are you sure you're not thinking
That's a
of
rock
Metallica?
anthem.
Yeah. No, I mean they're obviously they're very good. They're very skilled. Just watch that halftime.
I know they're the butt of jokes.
They
a
are,
little
and I hate
less than
bands that are butt of
Nickelback,
jokes.
but
I
I
hate
fucking like
successive
Creed. I
bands.
have all of their records, and when they come up on my iTunes on shuffle, I do not skip Creed. I
Yeah.
listen to Creed.
In the Facebook group, DOS, post like the 3 Creed songs we need to know. I want
I'll have to go through them and
You're
get some
trying to get
names,
people
but
to fucking
one
leave
is
our group,
one.
Chris.
Their first
That's what
single.
I'm saying though. I hate
Their first single is a great fucking song. It's called One.
All right, I'll check that out. I mean, obviously they're big and famous for a reason, so I have no problem checking out Creed. And, yeah, I just love that halftime show.
Usually I'm pretty close
I
minded.
think
but in
my
this
own
case,
prison. My own prison would be the next one.
It's almost there.
I love how Matt just bailed. Like, oh,
I could see the joke coming.
all the
though.
momentum, all the momentum, and realized his shoes weren't on. The
Just you know, bands that are notoriously made fun of. I love me some Nickelback. I'll fucking throw on some Nickelback and jam to that.
I think they're
so,
touring again too.
yeah,
dude, this
that would
is
be-
how you remind me. It's
Yeah,
a jam.
Fuck yeah,
That's a
dude. It's
jam.
awesome.
If that song played at a bar, I would be singing that at the top of my
Banger.
lungs. It's a
Absolute
banger.
Yeah.
It's so easy to make fun of him, but dude, if this is how you remind me,
They're gonna
not
make a
like you to
lot of
say
money. on
sorry.
tour. Nickelback is gonna make a lot of fucking money next year.
they'll at least get a
Good for
Nickelback.
them.
The singer
go.
was is or was married to Avril Lavigne, so he's doing okay. or he was.
I feel like Avril Lavigne has gotten to a Madonna level status. Do we need the Lavigne anymore? In fact, maybe it's holding her back. She should just be Avril. We all know who you're talking about.
That's a
You're
good point.
totally right.
That's
You're
a good
totally
point.
right. Avril is a lot more grabbing than Avril Lavigne.
The alliteration.
It's not
of
even the way
Avril
that it's
Lavigne,
spelled.
the 4 syllables of Avril Lavigne, the way Avril Lavigne flows. Avril Lavigne. It's a good 2-person name.
So
It's
wait,
a ve-
Avril Lavigne has been married to the Nickelback guy and the Sum 41 guy?
She divorced the Sum 41 guy, or they divorced.
I don't think Gary was implying that she was married to them at the same time.
Oh, I
don't
meant
know,
just,
man. I don't know what they do in Canada.
I meant she's just tearing through the music industry. It looks like she divorced the Nickelback guy too.
I know Eminem was singing about the wrong girl. Now she was married to Derek Whibley from Sum 41 for a while, and then the guy from Nickelback. And by the way,
Chad Kroger.
Avril is awesome too. Skater Boy, Complicated. I mean, those might be the only ones. But those songs rip. So,
Where did she go?
she's still around.
Is she around?
Yeah.
Wow, my wife must be standing outside the door because she just said, and she was engaged to Maud's son. She's texting me this live. Then most recently, spotted with Tyga. This is what my wife does during the show. She stands outside the door of my office and
I
listens
need
to
these
us
updates
talk.
because I'm just talking here. I can't look it up, and I want the deets. I want the
Me
Avril
either.
deets.
Apparently, we've got a new producer that I wasn't aware of.
Dude, did
Can
people
we get her on for like a celebrity dating seggy?
She is now saying you are loud AF. So apparently, my voice is carrying through the house.
Do you remember when girls would wear ties?
Oh yeah.
The Avril?
Oh yeah.
That was a look.
I feel like Britney started that first, though.
You think? With a
Hit me, baby, one more time. She was wearing the
No, but-
ties.
Yeah, you're right. She wore a tie, but I don't think people followed it as much as when Avril did it. Avril was
Yeah.
like a statement.
I think Avril was the one who brought the tie thing because the tie is just part of the Catholic schoolgirl uniform, which I think is what got associated with Britney was the whole outfit, not just the one accessory. Whereas Avril was rocking the tie with various outfits.
I think you guys were thinking that a lot more girls wore ties than actually wore ties. I mean, I don't really think it was as big a thing as.
Oh, it
like,
was.
I specifically.
Well, it was like in my high school, like that was definitely a thing. Yeah, bro, that was definitely a thing.
Maybe it was because of.
I want to
like
see a
9
yearbook
months.
photo just to see it. I just want to see it. I just want to see a chick in a tie. I've never seen that in the wild.
I feel like that's just you weren't in high school at that time. It was not for a long time. It was for like a 6-month period, but like that was definitely a thing that girls did for a hot second.
Yeah, like they wear a tie and then under it would be like a white tank top or something.
Right.
So it would contrast really heavily, and yeah, it was certainly a look. But it seems like too much work, man. I used to wear a tie at my macaroni grill job, having to tie that knot every day. Ugh, just
What'd you do? What'd you do? A four in hand?
I did the double Windsor.
You did not.
I absolutely did.
You did a double Windsor for the macaroni grill? Sir,
double Windsor.
Calm down.
This knot was so freaking big and bulbous, but I know people are gonna say, "Oh, it's because he's short. He needed to lose as much length in the tie," which is fine.
I don't know who would say that.
I don't either. But yeah, I'll give you the reason why I did that, because I didn't know how to tie a tie, and that was the first thing YouTube taught me, where I went to YouTube to learn something, and that was to tie a tie, and it was this bald white guy next to a mannequin who just slowly and almost seductively tied the double Windsor and said, "That's how you tie the double Windsor." And I watched that video so many times until I memorized it. And
that's funny because I think that might be the first thing I ever watched and learned straight from YouTube as well. And I did it because I got a ride down to Gary's wedding, and the car ride on the way there, I just had the YouTube and I played it over and over and over again until I got that tie where I wanted it. And then I forgot how to do it, but I can always go back to YouTube now.
Yeah, exactly. Wow. Like nobody needs this knowledge permanently seared into their brain now. And but yeah, I learned it on YouTube, and the double Windsor every day, every freaking day. Matt, did you know how to tie a tie before YouTube?
Hi, buddy.
I did because in what the Jewish community calls, I was a bar mitzvah, and so there was a full year of having
Actually,
to
you were a bar
learn.
mitzvah. Actually,
Thank you.
Not that I know your religion better than you do.
You
or
were in a
anything.
Jewish fraternity, all right? Everyone knows that. Pass the waffles, right? We all know.
They wouldn't like your Thanksgiving breakfast.
Those aren't my waffles.
Those aren't my waffles. Sorry.
Pass the waffles. What do you think? I'm at breakfast? Get out of here, sir.
But yeah, there was a whole year. I think I was like 13, where there were so many bar mitzvahs and bat mitzvahs that I just learned how to tie a tie.
Dude, the school of YouTube is magical. I watched a 45-minute video yesterday on how to prune an avocado tree.
Nice.
45
Dawson
minutes.
getting in biz together. What's
I
going
learned how
on?
to change my car battery today off YouTube, so that was very helpful. That was what I did today.
Just switch out the battery.
Yeah. Take the whatever apart, take the battery out, and I still got to go get the new one tomorrow. But I got it halfway done.
I
YouTube.
fixed, I fixed,
You're
gotta
gonna get
remove
there
a
to
car
get the
battery.
new one tomorrow. Now, though.
I got two
Yeah.
cars.
Why did you start so early? Okay.
I fixed both my washing machine and my dishwasher by searching YouTube videos.
Yeah.
It's amazing. You can do anything.
I looked up how to properly exhume a body on YouTube for my true crime stories.
Yeah, good qualification.
Matt has a fucking FBI van just sitting outside his house.
You know what though? I really hate how YouTube took away the thumbs down count on YouTube videos, because that's how you knew that those tutorials were bullshit. Like,
That was bullshit. Yeah.
yeah, I would look and like, oh, this has like 3,000
Yeah, that seems
thumbs
kind of
down
lame to
videos.
take that away.
Yeah. Yeah. Freaking snowflakes, you YouTube viewers. All right, you guys want to do some comments?
Yep.
Yeah.
Freaking go. And these are all comments and comments found within our Facebook group. All you have to do is go to facebook.com/groups/BoboBoyArmy Worldwide LLC. You answer a few questions. You're in the Facebook group. It's a wonderful community. My favorite place on the whole
Bring it here.
WWW. All right. Taryn Acker says, do yourself a favor and go listen to old episodes of The Koi Pond. Joe Coy is at peak humor on those early episodes. His bit on the Karate Kid with Jason Collins will have you crying. I agree. I love that show. I miss doing that show. And some of the hardest I've ever laughed in podcasting was on that show. So yeah, I definitely encourage people to check out those old episodes of The Koi Pond. Some fond memories.
They're great.
Show.
They're just so much fun every single time.
Dos,
Maybe I'll go back and listen to some.
yeah. Dos Angeles writes, hey guys, if any of you are in Austin, I'd love to see you. That'll be tonight at Vulcan Gas Company. I'm doing 7 minutes sober, then 7 minutes high as fuck. Here's the ticket link. If you bark at me, I'll buy you. If you bark at me, I'll buy you a beer. Oh,
I need people to get there.
show up, Austin.
Exactly.
Show up.
I expect to leave with a massive bill, but yeah.
I think Matt will be there.
I'll
And
be
if you bark
buying a lot
at
of
him, you
beers.
can buy him a drink.
That's right.
That might be a little too easy, Dos, because if I was at a club and somebody barked at somebody and then they got a beer, I'd be like, oh yeah, like I don't even know what we're doing, but I feel like that's the ticket to getting a free beer, and I shall do it. But are you going clean, Dos?
No, most likely not. I mean, no. You know, the F word just slips out. You know,
But you will be sober.
we'll be sober for the first and completely fucking sober. They made this absolutely clear.
So
Right.
then you're gonna stop drinking at approximately what time?
No, I'm not drinking tomorrow.
All
And I won't get high until after the show.
Dang.
Yeah.
You mean mid-show,
Gonna be interesting.
as per the instructions.
Matt,
Yes,
will you be
yes,
joining him in
yes,
solidarity?
Now, Dawson, what reggae club are you
I'll
going
be joining
to?
him, but not
Right,
until
to get
I'll be
weed.
there.
Now, what
I'm
reggae
going to-
club are you going to after you land to get this?
Oh
week?
yeah, I can tell
Right,
you
I'm
about
going
a
to,
reggae
I'm going to
night.
Matt's house. No, they provide. They provide as far as I know.
That's weird. The
Are you telling me all I had to do was write a fucking goddamn 7-minute set of comedy and I
Yeah.
would have gotten free weed in the beginning?
Well, 14 to be fair.
oh,
but
that's
yeah.
true.
But yeah.
That's a deal breaker.
Oh, it has to be new material. Yeah. Dang.
Well, I mean, I guess some people I don't know.
Do the exact same 7 minutes.
Some people do. I guess.
Yeah.
I can see it being fun either way. Yeah, I feel like.
No, I get fucking. I get 14 minutes. So it's gonna be great.
How are you ingesting this weed? Do you know? Are you dabbing?
I think I'm gonna smoke a joint. You know, keep it simple. I really don't know. I don't know what they got back there. Weed's not legal in Texas like it is here, so you know, I'm sure they don't have fucking bongs in the green room. So I'd imagine there's joints, and you know, I'll have a couple shots of Jameson.
I mean, I've seen the poster for this thing. It's basically a girl holding up a bong like it's her dick.
Okay.
You know, there better be some bongs there for your sake.
Yeah.
For the listener, Chris just dabbed on camera while Dawson was talking.
He's
Is
so
that
high
that
right now.
thing?
Yes, that thing is called dabbing.
Yeah.
There he goes.
People
Again.
still do that, right?
Could
Nope.
also do that. I don't think
Are we playing the clip now in comments, or do you want to wait till we're done?
I got a jam in 3 minutes.
Okay, we'll wait till Dawson's gone.
Okay.
Guys, Mark Cuban is leaving Shark Tank, so I don't know who we're going to be pitching our ideas to.
He's leaving Shark
He's still a listener of our show. Don't
Yeah,
worry. We can still
that's
just pitch
true.
it to him. Yeah.
We could,
That's a good point.
I do have a way to contact him directly. So yeah, just give me the ideas and I'll just send it to him.
I actually do too.
You're not taking notes on our episodes? I feel like
We've
we've
come up
given
with
you
some
so many
great
already.
ideas
Yeah.
over the years.
Well,
The mystery bag. First
I
one
just
that comes
send
to
him-
mind.
I
That was a
just-
hell of an idea.
I just
we
send
have a
him the
supermarket
podcast
for
feed.
singles.
I would just send him the full
A
podcast.
single
feed.
slice of bread.
Yeah. Dude, see he really
Don't forget about Queso Frisco.
I think we have a whole strip mall ready to go
Yeah.
for him.
yeah. See,
Including my latest idea, the strip mall, where every store is filled with strippers. That one needs work.
Corey Harper says, exactly where did you laugh in No Hard Feelings? 35 minutes in and not a single chuckle. 0.1 on the flicking scale.
Wow.
Corey.
Yeah, not for
That's
everyone. I think
flaming hot
Chris
take.
is right there with you on that one.
I'm not saying it is a 0.1 and that I didn't laugh at all. I actually really liked that first scene with the guy from the bear.
Yeah,
the tow truck. That was really funny because he's like all sensitive and everything. I thought it was fine. I thought
There you go. You laughed right away.
Yeah, see, right out of the gate, a laugh, and then a bunch of sputtering after that. No, I'm not a hater. I'm just not a lover. If I can be, if that's okay with you guys.
Yeah, sure.
All right, noted. Chris is a hater, not a lover.
Let's see here. Oh, did you guys watch any college games? Someone wants to know. Yeah,
Oh, the Michigan game was awesome.
that was a fun day of college football, I must say. Yeah,
I watched
Michigan was
Arizona beat up Arizona State. That was enjoyable.
nice.
I Michigan Ohio State was
You have to.
That was fun.
Awesome.
Too. That was a great
You
game.
have to.
hell of a game.
Casey
Oh,
Peter
yeah.
says, "Hey Bobos, I'm very excited about this new segment and to be called upon once again, but nothing's coming to me. No ideas are popping in my head. If anyone has any suggestions, I'm all ears." And yeah,
Quickly clicked on the comments for that post, and looks like many listeners came, answered the call and gave him some very good ideas.
yeah, I'm seeing Huey Lewis is Back in Time, Tragedy by the Bee Gees.
If I can just throw out a little Nickelback. You remind me of.
Let's know.
This
I like
is
the
how
back in time.
This is how you remind me. There you
Wow, Galen, you have never been so right.
go.
Casey
That's-
Peters was literally clicking export on his masterpiece.
I know.
And he just spent all weekend not going outside.
Let's be clear. I asked for something groovy, and we've landed on
Banger. Banger.
This is how you remind
Kalen,
me.
you brilliant mother effer.
God
Uh,
damn, Galen, I've never been in my life.
Also, speaking of Kalen, Jamie Lepore posted a picture of Kalen doing that cigar speech on the cruise. And if you're
Nice.
in the group, you got to go there and look at it. Doss, how you doing on
There's
time?
gotta be video that's
I'm out of here. I gotta go to class.
Hey, buddy. I'll see you tomorrow. I mean,
Right,
right
buddy.
now, if you're
Dude.
listening, I'll see you tonight.
Oh, look
Hell
at you
yeah.
guys. That's
Right
very
on.
cool.
All right, guys. I'll see you Thursday.
Woo!
See ya.
Yeah.
And then, wait, are we doing? Okay, that'll be comments. I want to do this. I want to do this segment where we play the clip.
Yeah, we got to close out comments though.
Let's close it out. All right. So I don't have an intro. I don't have the Nickelback song ready yet. So I guess I'll just have Gary
not like
intro
you.
this clip, and he's gonna play it.
Yeah, hold on 1 second because first we gotta play a little bit of this. Oh no, that's not going through my computer. All right.
And let's refresh for the listener. What
Go
what
for
is
it.
this segment here? This is how you remind me is our renamed segment where we
The letter U. The letter U. I think that's how they do it.
There's no way that's what they do. There's no way.
Yeah, I hope that is.
We have almost our entire back catalog available. There are some episodes that are not available. We actually have no idea why those ones aren't there. People have asked. I have no idea. Maybe we've been secretly shadow banned for certain episodes. I don't know. We have to ask Dawson about that.
Yeah.
But the idea here is we're asking fans to post a 1-minute time code and an episode number. And we, currently the core 4, will reply in real time listening to said clip for the first time in some cases a decade, because we've been doing the show for that long.
You know what Kaylin and Gary have in common? They never
Lot of
made it
things.
as a wise man.
They couldn't cut it. It was a poor man stealing.
You know it. What are you doing? Wow, wait, dude. Straight up just pulled out. I had to look.
Did
up-
I not embrace it? I embraced it.
Okay. I can't wait to hear this clip. So yeah, the Wayback Machine is no longer.
This is how you remind me.
Let's take it. We can take a vote. We can take a vote. I don't mean to shit on. And I'm not. Even, I like us coming up with our own names for stuff. So that's why I didn't like the Wayback Machine, because it was already.
That was Gary's idea.
Hey Chris, you do mean to shit on it. So don't say I don't
I'm
mean
not.
to shit on
I
it.
don't mean to shit on it. It's just a terrible name. It's just. I think. Yeah, but this is how you remind me is also a thing too. So I have no argument.
All right, well, let's play. I was trying desperately to pull up the Nickelback song on the fly, and it's just not going to happen.
No, YouTube wouldn't like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go ahead and check out this clip as submitted by. Who was this submitted by, Matt? Do you remember? It was submitted by Ian Fitzgerald. So here it is from episode 34.
Oh boy.
Damn it! Why is this not playing through my computer? Stand by here, guys, for just a second. Let me get this.
Do you want to send it to me, and I can?
Nope.
I think stall.
I think this will do it.
I can filibuster.
3/4 of that.
Sounds
that
like
sounded
me. That sounded like.
I think that was you.
Was-
I think it was me.
He was like 3/4 of that photo. Like he was destroying, and I was so proud of him.
We're gonna have Kaylin rate that picture.
Oh man,
I don't need to see it.
definitely clickable.
Nick just fucking loads it up on his phone, tries to put it in my face. Like,
That's actually the wallpaper on his.
you're horrible at reading people.
And
It's not what I needed.
I don't understand, Dawson. You said you had
Dawson, I've averted my eyes. I don't want to see it. Check this photo out, then. Everybody tweet that photo of Dawson. Anyways,
The Moose Knuckle comment was good, but my absolute favorite was, is he hiding Loxamana in there?
yeah, it just shows
That's
how
nice. That's a good one.
we have a lot of great fans, and they're funny.
Now, I've seen the picture once. I've seen that picture.
Never.
And you'll never forget it. I haven't forgotten it. It needs to be looked at if you haven't seen it. It's impressive.
It should be stated that you will never forget it if people don't ever stop bringing it up on podcasts. If we stopped bringing it up, I think I might. I'm pretty confident in my ability to forget. I'm a pretty forgetful person.
I'm bringing this up every show from here on out.
Chris, I think we've already spent more than enough time talking about.
We have not, Gary. Stop trying to stifle me.
I said talking about Kaylin's balls.
Oh,
So yes, anyone want to guess roughly when that was recorded?
oh man, I was during the fitness challenge.
Oh, I know.
all
what the
had
picture
to.
is. Yeah, okay.
We all had to take pictures of ourselves in our underwear, and we were talking about Kalen taking a picture in his Tommy John wearing like just a
I've given a lot to Tommy John over the years. Let me just sell myself for a second.
You really have, dude.
You really have.
For a Tommy John ad or something, and Kalen, he just took a picture of himself, and it was just the talk of the town, like straight, like it was. Oh no, did I lose you guys? I may have lost them to the listeners. My internet may have went down because they're frozen. But I'm recording this episode, so I'm just gonna talk about this picture. Anyway, so this Kaylin was wearing a t-shirt, blue Tommy John.
Participated in. I was like, no, not for me. I'll let Kalen expose his groin to the
I didn't
world.
participate in it either.
Okay, good.
Was not doing that. So
You guys are back. So I was just vamping on Kalen's picture myself on my end because I'm recording this, but just complimenting Kalen. And yeah, just props, man. Props. Good picture. Do you ever go back and look
We
at?
should have played that when Dawson was still here. His yeah, or at least showed it to him again while he was here, or something, because his annoyance at that clip was very enjoyable.
Did people reach out, Kalen? Did they want to know more? Did you pique curiosity?
I might have peaked. Yeah.
I will just say, Chris, at that time, 0 kids.
Yeah.
So he did something right.
Look, Kalen had 0 kids, but then he had like 2 kids within a year. And I'm just saying, like, there's a common denominator here.
Yeah. That was fun.
Yeah, good for you, man. Good for you.
Thank you.
Anyway, I love that clip. Thank you to Ian for sharing that wonderful memory.
Yeah, I've seen other people posting time codes as well in the Facebook group. So please continue to do that so we can highlight these clips. And these episodes are available. Do we know what episode number that was or which one that was from so that people could listen to the whole episode?
Yeah, that's from the Watercooler episode 34, which aired July 28th, 2016.
I love how Ian has to play this clip and like write down a time code. He's rewinding a little bit. His girl's probably like, "What are you listening to?" He's like, hold on, babe." And then we're just talking about Kalen's hog for a good minute and 20 seconds. And he's like, "Okay, that's the out. That's the out. Send it. So I like that. I like that clip. And man, those are the days. So good on you. Yeah, Kalen, Tommy John owes you something.
They do. Yeah, I'll take some more underwear. I know you're listening, Tommy John. I'll just all the underwear you got.
I like how you're talking to a person named Tommy John.
Yeah.
Listen, Tommy.
I think not to put more work on the fans, but I think some people's like programmatic ads and whatever are longer or shorter than others. So along with maybe a time code, you might want like an in-out word.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, Kaylin, maybe like the first 2 or 3 words of the in and the 2 or 3 words of the out will help me actually find the clip as you intend it. Because yes, we didn't really think this through. Depending on where you are, you may be getting different length injectable ads, which might screw it up. So yes, agreed. Not to put more work on people, but that would probably be helpful if you just give us the time code and the sort of the first 3 words and the last 3 words. That would be helpful.
Right. And yeah, now the bit is fully tightened up with a name and we're good to go. All right.
And now we just need a theme song we can play that won't get us banned from YouTube. Is that the point?
We're still doing this bit on Patreon, so we get an outro, a Nickelback outro to it as well, right?
Yes, we are. And I frankly don't like Chris's attitude about the name.
I'm just teasing you, Gary. I appreciate the idea of this bit. I love it. All right, let's do some shit.
Appreciate the idea of this bit. Not in here.
What might be the price? What might be the venue? So let's find out. It's time for Gary to say, "Hey, Matt,
what's on the menu?"
Well, let's go full circle here because I want to tell you guys about my Thanksgiving meal. It was a Friendsgiving once again. We went to our friend's house. Ends up there are 10 people, 10 adults, 2 children, 5 dogs. And it was a fucking delight watching all the dogs running around the backyard while we consumed many a delicious dish. I don't know if I mentioned this year, but last year at this Friendsgiving, they served us fish soup. Devastating. So all year long, there's been talk of whether or not there will be fish soup at this year's Thanksgiving. Thankfully, there was not.
Hey, Matt, can I ask a question?
Sure.
Besides
what's on the menu?
In what world would you ever go back to this house?
Because we're good friends.
Are they?
Yeah.
Fish soup doesn't sound like a good friend.
I like it. I love fish soup.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good with the map. I hate the name Friendsgiving though. It's just so. I hate names.
Why?
I hate
names. Friendship.
I don't know. It's Friendsgiving. There's no pun. It's just it's too forced. Should have been something else. But anyway, keep going.
To me, it's just the idea of the potluck. And you know when you're going to a potluck dinner, it doesn't matter how well you try to plan it, that it's just not going to be like a consistent menu. You know what I mean? Like it's going to be a little bit all over the place. I was personally tasked with making a batch cocktail for the group to be able to consume. So we created a drink called the Fall Down Punch, aka Autumn on Your Bottom. And this drink, as the title would
Did each of you come up
suggest,
with a
You're
name and you just
pushing your
couldn't
luck.
figure it out?
no,
I would
just
just
me
like
and my
to
wife.
say, just for watching the video, Gary's reaction to all of the different drinks Matt says throughout this show is more entertaining than the name of the drink itself. So
How
if you
dare
have not
you.
seen it,
Autumn on Your Bottom. That's great. Come on.
Why didn't
Uh,
you settle on a singular
This
title?
comes right on the heels of Mangosa. You God damn it. You were playing a dangerous game, friend.
Chris, to answer your question, I'm not sure why it needed both titles, but that's just how it became. Just over the course of experimenting on different recipes throughout the week, that's just sort of what it ended up being. And I'm going to share the recipe with all of you guys. It's super easy, and it could be done. Again, this is to serve about 10 people or so, 10 to 15 people.
You didn't make drinks for the kids?
Did not make. Oh, we brought some sparkling Martinellis, some sparkling apple cider for the kids. And this is measured in cups, not shots, because again, this is for 10 to 15 people. But measurements are super easy. 3 cups of rye. That's what I like, but you could also use bourbon.
Sure.
3 cup.
When you say cups, do you mean like the way you would like making a cake?
That's right.
Of flour? Okay.
That's correct. Yep. Just all going into a big old pitcher,
Sure.
So again, 3 cups of rye or bourbon, 3 cups of amaretto. Like the brand name is like Di Serono, but it's kind of like I don't even know if it's an almond,
like a cherry.
liqueur.
It's like an almond or cherry flavored
almond,
liqueur.
I think. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
almond,
very
yeah.
sweet. It's a little sticky, and it's weird that it is equal parts that it is to the rye. But this is tried and true. I gotta tell you, we really worked on this recipe. 3 cups of apple cider.
We really worked on this recipe. Sure
did.
sounds like a fucking disguise for alcoholism.
You know what? I'll take what I can get.
Honey,
2
I'm
cups,
working.
2 cups of cranberry juice. And then to really spice it up, we got rhubarb bitters. That's right. Not just your average bitters, but rhubarb bitters. And you put like 80 drops of it. You just go fucking crazy with the rhubarb bitters. And then you stir it all up and you serve it over ice and you're done. Fall Down Punch, aka Autumn on Your Bottom.
Very nice.
That's what I brought. And then I found out that 4 of the 10 adults were sober. And I thought, why was I asked to bring a cocktail for this many people? Now I have to drink it all. And
no.
no.
Bummer.
It was consumed over the course of the night by the drunk people, the alcoholics, as we're known. Table appetizers. Again, no fish soup, but this is the mindset of what the hosts are doing here. Little non-traditional. So we got mozzarella cheese in like a bath of pesto. And then there was both crunchy crackers and like a softer bread. So you can kind of choose your texture here. How
Hey,
you want to
Matt.
scoop it.
Can I give you a little note? Crackers. It's all right there. We don't need crunchy. It's right there in the name. Crackers.
Right.
I like it.
I'm vamping too much here.
Crunchy crackers.
I need an editor. That's obvious.
You've had too many autumns on your bottoms tonight.
Yeah, seriously. Not tonight. I have not. Also on the table, these like little toasties, like little pieces of bread with salmon and avocado and some onion. That's pretty good, gotta say. And because there were a couple children, mini corn dogs. And I gotta say, I had a lot of mini corn dogs, which is not something that you really want to fill up on before a giant Thanksgiving meal.
I
And I was
happily fill
like,
up.
fuck yes, mini corn dogs all the way.
The mini
Once again, though, no turkey. No turkey. Just letting that settle in. As a result, no stuffing. No cranberry sauce.
What do they think this is? Breakfast?
There were eggs, bacon, and toast. Turns out, no. There were 2 chickens, like big full birds cooked with the rosemary and the lemon. Then this guy also made some cast iron steaks, and then also had like a mushroom and grilled onion kind of thing to put over the steaks or the chicken. Honestly, it was pretty good on both. Sides included the mac and cheese, mashed potatoes, the like weird carrots. Not a big fan of those. Some salad.
Weird carrots, like the different colored ones.
No, like with the cinnamon and like, how they do like
Is weird carrots a dish?
sometimes they do instead of a like a sweet potato pie, they'll kind of do it with carrots. It's like carrots, cinnamon, and no, you guys never had this before? I feel like it's not that unusual. I feel like I've had that
never
other
even heard of
Thanksgivings
it,
before.
But I haven't heard of a lot of things, so
Okay.
I won't put against you.
But the dessert, again, to go back to this idea of everybody being assigned certain dishes and it never going exactly as planned, because we ended up with 3 pecan pies, two of which were purchased at a like super fancy bakery, and like the same one, like that person bought 2, and then another person showed up with a homemade pecan pie.
Ooh, so which one do you go for first?
Well, I was sitting across from the person who baked it, so I was
Gotta
like,
do that one.
I gotta do that one first.
Sorry,
And
I know we left it to the pros for the other 2, but you put some real work into this.
before I reveal which I liked more, let me just ask you guys, because this became a topic of conversation, and maybe it is at many a Thanksgiving table across America: pecan or pecan? What do you guys say? Is it pecan pie or pecan
I
pie?
say pecan.
Pecan.
I do too, but some people at this party said pecan.
I don't mind either way.
Yeah, I think I'm
either.
fine with it too.
No.
I'm fine with it.
I feel like Dave Damashek would say pecan.
Pecan. So the homemade one was a pecan pie with chocolate, and the ones that were from the bakery were a more traditional kind of like a butterscotch caramel kind of a thing going on.
So
And
the
they were
verdict?
both absolutely incredible, but I gotta say, that home baked one with the chocolate, that was where it was at, man.
Yeah, and you
Yeah,
know
it was
what
really
else?
good.
You know what else it had? Love.
In
Most
fact, the whole
important
meal
ingredient.
had love, as it should on Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
That's what's on the menu.
love it. That sounds like
Nice.
a really good meal. I'm glad you got to.
Yeah, it was pretty damn good. They redeemed themselves after the fish soup.
All right, Kaylin, last seggy of the day.
We all want to know what thing.
What thing?
It's what we need.
We need.
Bring it on that mic.
That might
A bean.
Oh, Kaylin, flick the bean.
Respect all women.
I recently watched Blue Beetle. It is a
Why?
He does
It's
a
a
film
super-
segment, Gary.
It's a superhero movie. I enjoy the superhero movies, even
I
though
love how-
lately it seems like kind of more of a chore.
Gary, why are you giving Kaylin shit right now? Matt was like, "Oh, I had 30 mini corn dogs for Thanksgiving." No, why? But Kaylin's like, "I watched Blue Beetle." And you're like, "Whoa, dude,
I mean,
pump the brakes."
mini corn dogs
Yeah.
are awesome, first of all. And
is
it didn't
true.
take Matt 2 hours to watch that, to eat them.
I don't know.
2 hours and
Maddie-
7 minutes to be precise.
Mm.
You three, if you haven't, and you listening out there can watch it now on Max because it's streaming there. Directed by Angel Manuel Soto. Did not recognize any credits there. Stars, I think I'm gonna fuck this up. Zolo Maridueña.
I knew you were gonna fuck that up.
That's actually
What is
pretty
it?
close.
Because he's a main character. I think the main character in Cobra Kai. So
Mardwanya.
Oh,
But yes, you were
I
right.
was pretty much there.
You were pretty
Say
much
it again.
Zolo Mardunwa, I believe is how you say it.
Mardun.
let's get Joy in here. Yeah.
Also stars Bruna Marquezine. I did
Bruno
not
Mars?
I did not recognize any of her credits, but a couple people I did recognize: George Lopez and Susan Sarandon. They are also in this movie.
Ooh, controversial now. Woo.
Like I said, 2 hours 7 minutes, which is, to be fair, a little bit shorter than I think most superhero movies these days. They're kind of getting into the 2.5 hour range. It cost $104 million and only made 129 million. So I think they might have lost a little bit of money on this one.
Yes.
When you factor in the advertising, 78% critics, 91% audience. The development for this movie started back in 2018, began filming in May 2022, And then James Gunn assumed his new position as the, new kind of creative director of the DC universe in
Whom I love.
November of 2022. Yeah, he's great. But the
this
future,
is like that's why I asked about, that's why I said why at the beginning, because this is one of the like 3 or 4 films that are in this like gray area where
exactly.
it's like, they're done,
Black
but they're-
Adam is one of them,
Correct.
which I think that one is like done. I think also maybe Shazam I heard, which is another one in this gray area. That one might be done. This is why I'm saying all this, because the future of this one just seems very confusing from what I read. I didn't do a deep dive on all of it, but it's like his character is still in the DC universe, but is not slated for any DCEU films, or maybe he might be. Gunn has said that Mara Duena will continue to play the character. I just don't know. I think out of all of those kind of gray area superhero movies, this one has the best chance to continue on into Gunn's new DC universe. The film centers around Jaime Reyes, who, after returning home from college, living with his extended family and looking for work, gets handed the Scarab, which attaches itself to him, making him the Blue Beetle. The people who had it originally want it back, obviously. I had never heard of the Blue Beetle before in my life. Have any of you?
No.
No. And he's a pretty fucking cool superhero, honestly. I was pleasantly surprised. Like a beetle. Weird, but it works. It reminded me of the Green Lantern in that, like, the suit transforms around him and then he can pretty much just create any type of weapon he wants out of the suit. And he's also able to fly.
Sounds like a poor man's Iron Man to me.
This movie had a bit of a different feel to it in that, it's a lot about family, and his like entire family is involved throughout the process of him acquiring the powers and fighting the bad guys. And I just felt like there was finally a little freshness to one of these newer superhero movies. It's very lighthearted, kind of silly. A lot of funny moments. George Lopez is very funny in this movie. I thought he was the best part. So when it comes to the humor, though, a lot of it is dependent on this thing that just bugged the fuck out of me. In a couple other superhero movies, too. A lot of the other kind of silly ones where, like, a kid, especially like a college-age kid, who wants to achieve more in life, gets granted a fucking awesome superpower, becomes a superhero with a fucking sick super suit, and then he's just like freaking out for half the movie, like, oh, I don't want this. How to help me? Oh no, like, how do I get rid of it? Whoa, like, come on, dude. Like, come on. You're a fucking superhero now. Like I said, it lends itself to a lot of the humor, but it's also just ridiculous to me. That would be fucking awesome. Everyone knows that. So, that is what it is.
You wouldn't do that, Kalen?
Oh no, it's help me get rid of this superpower I was just acquired.
You are Iron Man. You are Spider-Man. You're Superman. Kalen, you're the Blue Beetle.
At first, I'd be like, what the fuck? Like, that sucks. It's kind of like that Family Guy episode where they all get powers and Megan gets the fucking like claws coming out of her fingers. But like I said, this superhero is fucking cool. Like, he is really cool. You watch the movie, I'm telling you, he's a fun superhero. I'm gonna do a deeper dive on
who would win in a fight between the Blue Beetle and the Green Lantern.
I have no fucking idea. I'll say the Blue Beetle because that's I'm rocking him right now.
Some nerd out there is dressed in green latex right now. He's snapping a pencil.
Let's see. Oh, where was I? Yeah. Other than that, it's kind of just that run of the mill, very decent superhero movie. Good, not great, enjoyable, not mind blowing. Can't wait to see what happens to this character next. I'm not.
So after hearing this, what do you think of this, guys? Because Kalen mentioned to me that he watched on Thanksgiving. He's like, I saw the Blue Beetle, and I've never heard of it. How is it? He goes, you'd like it.
But he started with that.
Yeah, he's like, well, you'd like it. That's pretty insulting.
It sounds like Kalen's really inferring something about, what kind of content you like to consume, and you're willing to.
Yeah, Chris is not a tough critic, especially when it comes to the superhero movies.
I'm a pretty no hard.
I'm wondering, you're being too hard on Kalen. I feel like that sound was him wondering, is there any body trauma in this movie, and then
head
he's like,
trauma.
"Oh, you would like it though."
Is that
I do have to preface every single one of my movies that I watch with, can Chris handle this
Yeah.
due to trauma? And it gets very confusing. I forget. Oh, what was it? The Killer. I was like, that was a very confusing one. If you've seen The Killer, just know Chris does not like broken bones very much. I don't know if he can handle it. It's tough to recommend things.
Can he handle it?
Oh.
Or can he legal it maybe in this scennario? But
Taylor,
Kaylin, why don't you punch up the Wayback Machine?
you should still watch it, Chris. You should still watch it. It's not that bad. The leg part, I mean, the broken.
all right? So you're saying leg lit it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you
Very
like
kind of
it.
The late night shows sometimes go
Yeah,
off.
they get a little kooky.
Again, I hate a generic forgettable bad guy. This movie has that. Again, it might just be like oversaturation at this point because the audience fucking loves it. 93, but I guess they love every superhero. I mean, Rotten Tomato scores are always super high with the audience. Yeah, I kind of just want to start giving all these kind of same superhero movies just like a 7.5. Like, okay, this one, guys, just it's another 7.5. Let's just move on. And I think that might be a thing that I'll do in the future with the more generic ones. But like I said, this one did have some refreshingly new elements to it that did bump up the score a little bit for me. If you like superhero movies, like I know you do, Chris, you'll enjoy it.
I love them.
Probably won't love it, but it's definitely not bad. Flickable 8.1 out of 10.
What movie? Very nice, Galen. What movie did you laugh more? Blue Beetle or No Hard Feelings?
Probably Blue
Or
Beetle.
Joker.
Blue
Probably.
Beetle. Or Joker, yeah. Blue Beetle, you laughed more.
Probably Blue Beetle.
You
Yeah.
looked more
saying.
in Blue
I don't know if
Beetle.
I laughed more, but I laughed harder at certain times, which is more important to me because it's harder to get like that real laugh than more than just a chuckle. No Hard Feelings was a lot of like, yeah, it's silly, it's fun, a lot of chuckles, but like there was definitely fewer laughs but harder laughs in Blue
Yeah,
Beetle.
I mean, it begs the question, like, because those are the comedies of today, right? The superhero movies. Those are the funniest movies that come out these days. Because no regular comedies, besides No Hard Feelings, don't really come out very often. But superhero movies are usually typically funny, and those are what studios have turned into comedy. So in order for us to have a comedy, it also needs a big budget and some crazy special effects and some action to break into. But those, I mean, Guardians of the Galaxy, hilarious. Like those are comedies to me now. Those are like today's comedies, or sadly, and you don't really see a lot of just straight up comedies anymore.
There is, I feel like they are still making a lot of comedies. Obviously, they're not putting the money into it that they used to be, but a lot of the comedies that I am seeing, a lot of the streaming ones, is that thing where I'm just chuckling a lot. I'm not getting that like hard, I can't breathe laugh that I would get out of like a Superbad or a Team America or, you know, some of my favorite comedies. But I feel like, you know, they're still making them. They're putting out on, and that's probably one of my least watched genres is just the comedy these days because of that fact. It's got to be really fucking funny for me to watch it. Otherwise, I'll probably just watch like a half hour, 40 minutes. Go, all right, that was enough. Turn it off.
Well, buckle up, guys, because it was announced today that Kim Kardashian sold a comedy to Netflix that she will be both producing and starring in called The Fifth Wheel.
Can't wait to not watch that.
Curiosity will drive me to watch.
Ryan Gosling and Barbie did make me fucking laugh really hard.
Oh
I
yeah,
think that was the last
He
time.
was pretty funny.
He was great in Barbie.
very funny. All right, well that was Watercooler, everybody. Why don't we go around and get our plugs in, and then we'll GTFO. I'll start over there, all the way in Austin, TX. Matt Fondelier, what do you got?
Well, first, I just want to say, Chris, welcome back to the free podcast feed because you were actually not here the last 2 episodes. So for the people who are not subscribed to our Patreon, they have not heard your voice in like almost a month now. So on behalf of all of them, welcome back.
Hey, it's good to be back. I didn't realize.
For everyone else living the good life over at patreon.com/watercooler, you could have been listening to Chris this whole time. What are you doing? You made it this far. You like us. You like our show. Please listen to the other half each week. We usually get a different group of guys together depending on what day it is. But,
And you get this half ad free.
And you get this half ad free. Come on, $5 a month. It's like a Starbucks coffee. That's it.
I love everyone compares it to coffee. It's just a coffee.
Well, because that's how much $5 is these days.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it just seems minimal. Like I could give up a coffee.
Or it's a delivery tip. I give $5 to the
or
fucking
if you live
delivery
in
people.
California, it's 1 gallon of gas.
Either way, it's easy money. We'd really appreciate it. We love you guys. Thank you all for listening. And that's my plug.
I love it. Gary, so about you.
That's my plug too. Patreon.com/watercooler. If you are still listening and haven't turned this off, then you absolutely should be subscribed over there. It's, each month you're getting 4 hours of content for $5. Like, think about the things you subscribe to for like streaming and stuff. That's the best bargain in the business in terms of content. So go check it out. Patreon.com/watercooler. It's the best. And for everyone who already subscribes, we love you very, very much. And thank you very much for your support.
Yeah.
Oh,
Agreed. We love everybody. We love the people.
yeah, we love everybody.
We do. We love anyone who's listening.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Kalen, so about you.
Yeah, our Patreon is cool. Our Facebook page is also cool. But there is also a brand new Doctor Who special series on Disney Plus. The first of 3. I had no idea this was coming. Not only is it a new Doctor Who series, but it's featuring my favorite Doctor, David Tennant, who is like 3 Doctors ago. He's amazing.
He's a
brand
go?
new special. Brand new special. First of 3 is out. And I'm so happy to see David Tennant as the Doctor again. I just have to give the shout out. It's on Disney Plus.
Love it.
Yeah.
All right.
yeah.
As for me, I will also do Patreon because I want people to support this show, and in solidarity with my other water cooler brothers. That please subscribe to our Patreon, patreon.com/watercooler, and we appreciate the support. We have a lot of cool things. We're doing a meetup this week. We do movie clubs. We do a lot of extracurriculars. All right, that will do it for today's episode of Water Cooler. It's going to be back on this side of the show, the fence. And we will be back.
Before you wrap up, should we announce the movie pretty soon here?
Oh,
Because we
yeah,
want to
I'd
do
like
that
to
on
know
the
what
free
movie it is.
episode, and I would like to give as much time as possible for
Absolutely.
everyone to watch it.
Who's picking the movie? Is Gary, right?
Yeah.
Oh, does Gary know that he's supposed to announce it before?
Yeah, Cam, did you just? We've not discussed this previously, so did you?
Well,
just
we can do it during the free episode next week, but I think we were waiting for the Tuesday episode to do it. So
We
I
will
just
do it
wanna
next
give a
week.
reminder.
We will do it next week. We have not honestly entered into the month in question yet, so I didn't necessarily feel a huge pressure, but
Let's
I
talk about the meetup.
yeah, we'll talk.
It is going to be
about
the end of the month too, in the holidays, so maybe we should push the movie. Anyway, sorry.
We
to
will
interrupt,
announce. We will announce the movie by this time next week. And if
Gary's
you're
basically saying, I don't know if Jingle All the Way is on
but-
that.
if it is,
I mean, Chris, I got news for you. As much as I might hurt Matt's feelings, I'm more interested in a Gerard Butler movie than I am a Christmas movie.
Isn't there a Gerard Butler Christmas movie?
Yeah, like Christmas Tree Down or something.
if there isn't, I
Christmas
think
Tree North Pole Down.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, that is good.
All right.
All right. Well,
We'll figure it out, the meetup, but we will see you there. Thank you again, everybody, for listening, for hanging with us, for subscribing to the show, for sharing with a friend, and we love you. Goodbye.